Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be working on the 442. In a little bit, the owner's coming to help put the hood back on because that thing is heavy. Then I want to start working on the interior, getting the carpet in, stuff like that. But we did say goodbye to the big orange COE, and it worked out great. No problems, no issues at all. The guy actually lives in Kissimmee, and he had flatbed come and take it home. So what we got in its place now is that guy right there, or that girl. That is a 1963 panel bus that's been converted to the Easy Camper, which is what these little windows are. So this started off life as just a regular panel bus with a 1500cc engine. It's been upgraded. It has a new 1600cc tune port or dual port motor. It came with a new transmission that's in it, and as far as a bunch of parts, it came with a bunch of parts. So it came with another spare motor, brand new or rebuilt, and then another rebuilt transmission, the axles. It's got a whole list of things, but the thing runs unbelievable. All new suspension, new brakes, new lines, everything. All the floors have been replaced. The dog legs, the rocker panels down below have all been replaced. It's got the Safari windows that pop out, brand new. It's got a lot of brand new parts, we'll put it that way, and it runs unbelievable. So what we'll do is we will swap you around and just give you a quick tour, nothing crazy, just kind of like just letting you know what's in its place. So these things are pretty simple. There's not a lot to them. I like that. It's got a few modifications that I don't really care for, but it's no big deal. I can take this all off. It does need seals and vent windows. But parts in general for this thing, I'm looking online, and it's relatively cheap. The whole issue with these is actually buying the entire package that's not in bad shape, we'll say. And that front end is just so iconic. It's awesome. Like, I really like this bus. And truth be told, probably like 7-8 years ago, I was looking for one, and I could just never afford one due to the fact of how much they are in general or what they cost. So I was just kind of test fitting some seals that I had here, and these will work perfectly. And 50 foot of this seal stuff is $50 versus buying the seal for that door is $100, and then the seals for the doors up there are $100. The seal for the back hatch is like $80. So that's going to be my first thing I do. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hippied out, I guess you could say. But that's a rebuilt engine. That's some sort of 5-rib transmission. I don't know much about the parts. I do know that that's rebuilt, 1600cc with a dual port head. This is a transmission that's been rebuilt. These are the axles for that transmission. And then just kind of like, I got this on Monday, but I haven't really looked at anything that's inside here. So just off the top of my head, just looking at this stuff, it looks like there is a lot of VW bug parts. Like those, the windows back there, spare vent windows. None of these, he said, fit this. So anyway. And all these little windows, they work, they roll out and everything like that. So that's good. They just need to be sealed along here. So I got to figure all that out. They used to have little like rain guards that went on the top. Yeah. So, and the roof rack on it is, he was very proud of this roof rack. This roof rack is a 12-legged rack. So versus the 6. It's got this little thingy here. I think it used to have like an awning that you could slide in there and pull out. Knowing that this is a panel van conversion, it's got these vents right here. These vents right here were only on panel vans, come to find out, due to the fact of, you know, keeping the back ventilated. Here's the very back. And that locks into place. They did paint the inside-ish like that. I think it was more when they replaced all the metal, they just threw something down, because this will actually all wipe off and then expose the orange. That's what I did over here. I actually cleaned all the white paint off. So I guess I did something to it, but just basically clean the white paint off. And then there's the back. Everything works on it. I already did a modification. Actually, I did it this morning because I ran down and got new, I got a tag for it, transferred the tags and everything. I put little 1/4 rib nuts in there because what they had before was not cool. And then there's the engine. Nothing too spectacular, and that's what makes this awesome. And then here's the other side. I do have, it came with the ladder that goes right here that matches the roof rack. I took the ladder off because he had it zip tied on there just for transport. There's the ladder. Rockers have all been replaced. Like I said, dog legs replaced. And this door has been giving me, there we go. Oh, must be I fixed that already. And there's the inside. It's got the classic feet. You know, the steering wheel, I like the steering wheel. That's actually really nice. He said he got it from Brazil. I don't know, but it's like Brazilian wood something. And then a Porsche shifter, you know, and it's got Porsche hubcaps. But I do have a bunch of VW hubcaps in there, so I'll probably swap them out. I kind of want, I mean, it's a Volkswagen. I know Porsche made Volkswagen, but it's still a Volkswagen bus, right? Antenna's wrong. So that's not the right antenna. It's supposed to have one over here. But yeah, so there's the project. Well, I don't want to say project. I could daily drive this once I get all the seals in, because it rattles. Because there's no seals in it, and vent windows. It used to have the big West Coast mirrors on it. I could tell by the attachment points here and here. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the windows, it's locked. Yeah, it's locked. So the windows, they actually slide and then they lock into these grooves right there. But yeah, but all new seals all through in there, all new felts. Just by pulling it in here and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of these mirrors. You can't really see anything. So I'll probably get what they call like elephant mirrors, the bigger ones. But yeah, so there it is. So basically this morning, first thing, I'm going to be just cleaning everything out of this thing. You know, kind of putting it all upstairs here. And then we'll be getting back on the 442. Like I said, getting the interior all squared away, hopefully today. Finish putting on the panels, door panels and stuff. Get the hood on. But yeah, we'll be back when we start working back on this beast. All right, guys, so yesterday I cleaned out that, put all the parts up, but then I really had to take care of the yard because it rains here and like our grass grows every 3 inches every other day. So I took care of that, and then we have a project for the wife's yoga shed. So we had to go get some lumber for that. So anyway, so it is Sunday, next morning. So I got that piece out of the transmission tunnel, out and painted. took out the other seat, and then vacuumed it all out. So now we're gonna set this carpet in. Let me swap you around and I'll show you the carpet that we got. So there is the carpet. So I got this off from Original Parts Group as well, but it's made specifically, it says, for the 442. So it is black, and it does come with a like a jute padding on it for sound deadening. So we're gonna peel this out, set it down, and let it kind of like conform while I'm letting the paint dry on that on the shifter column piece that I made for the floor. So we'll be back. Okay guys, so the front part of the carpet is in. It's a two-piece. Going around all the roll cage stuff was nice. I had to peel back some of that jute padding that was underneath it, you know, that sound deadening padding they put on the back of it. Definitely get a sharp pair of scissors. The razor blade really just kind of tears it up. It's good for like around the holes here for the seats and stuff, but once you have to cut straight lines and stuff like that, you have to definitely use scissors, right? So that front part's in. So now we're going to work on the back part. The back part, obviously back in the day, this would have seats in the back. So the rear of the carpet doesn't go all the way to the back of his wheel tubs. So I think I'm going to save some of the carpet right here. And I think I'm going to go and find a local upholstery shop that maybe has this type of carpet to get a few yards of it so I can finish that off in the back. We'll see how that goes, right? Because I do have the original piece of that house carpet stuff that came off the back panel, but it's not really going to look good. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not going to match what we've already put in here. So I'm gonna see if I can find some, or maybe they sell this by the yard. That's not super expensive, but either way, that's what I need to do in the back. And I also need, this has a finished, right here there's a finished edge on it. I would need the same across the back to make it look better. So if he's not too worried about it, okay. So we'll go with that. But I'll definitely have to get the carpet to finish the last like couple feet or foot and a half. Once I get this back carpet in, I'll bring you back in and I'll show you everything. It's kind of hard to show you what I'm doing here, but it's a lot of pulling it back, trim, just little bits at a time, not
oh, and take off a big chunk, and then all of a sudden you're short by like an inch and a half. Even, yeah. So it's all just a little bit at a time. Look at it, kind of put your thumb on there and move it back, and then trim up to your thumb and put it back. You know, that kind of deal. That's how I do it. So let me get this back all squared away, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what I got going on. Oh, as far as the seats are red. But we were talking about maybe fabric dyeing them or something. But yesterday when he came and helped me with the hood put on, we decided that we're going to get just black seat covers. Just put over it for now. Because I mean, to get new seats for this is super expensive. And really, he just said, I mean, he wanted me to paint them, you know, dye them black, even though I know fade out really quickly. And plus the seats are kind of torn up because of how he had to move his seat belts at one point while he was racing. They had to come through the back of the seat and over here, so there's a huge hole that goes right through the seats. Yeah, so anyway, so let me get this back piece in and get it all cut around the roll cage and then set in place, and then I'll pop the seat belts in. Because he does have seat belts for this. They're blue, and they're pretty cool. They're like a racing harness seat belt. So let me get that all up, and we'll be back. All right, guys. So what I did was I just kind of trimmed around as best I could on this back piece, and I set this in place to kind of hold it down. And then here's the seat belts. I don't know if he wants me to bend that, so I'm just leaving the seat belt bolts loose. So there's his racing seat belts, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Normally the seat would go right there and would cover all that. So I'm gonna have to get some carpet to do that right there, because even the piece that comes down in the back isn't that long. So let me get the other side caught up to this side, and let me get the shifter back in, and we'll be back. All right, guys. So we've got the shift boot in, all attached. I put these in just like I said, just to hold these down, but I have to take them back out when I slide the pieces for the rear quarter glass panels. All trimmed around. Seat belts are in both sides. So we'll walk around. Over here, same thing. Carpet's all in. And like I said, that is the amount that we have to make up. And that part up there. So I'm going to take some measurements, and then hopefully throughout the week I'll find an interior place that may have this loopy carpet. Oh, and let me tell you a trick here. So like if you're ever going into carpet, like drilling a hole through the carpet to put like a shift boot on, or anything really, anytime you're drilling a hole through a piece of carpet, the problem when you drill the hole is that the drill bit will grab like one of these little loopy things, and then all of a sudden it'll pull it all the way down, and then you'll have this big old line across. So over here I'll show you what I do to not have that happen. Okay, so as you can see, I have a piece of carpet right here. This is just a piece of scrap. But look at that hole. So if you were to actually drill through this, it'll drill through this. The drill bit will grab one of these loops, and it'll pull it all the way across, and it'll just wrap on your drill bit. So the best way I found to do this, because this is basically like a polyurethane, nylon, something or other, you take a screwdriver, you take your blowtorch, you heat it up, then you can take the drill bit and just push it right through. Probably if it was a little hotter. See? And then you pull it back out. And look at that, perfect hole. no pulling of the threads. Now your drill bit can go right in the center, and you can drill right through, right into the metal, and it doesn't mess up the carpet. So the hood is back on. I aligned it all up. That's the other thing that I got done. And that's going to be it for today. I wanted to get the interior panels in and on, but I have to relocate some of the holes on the back of the panel where the little clippy goes to go onto the door. And that's going to be a lot more than what I can get into today. Due to the fact is I have a project I need to get done today that involves my wife's business, so in her yoga shed. So we picked up some material yesterday, so we can get it done today. And yeah, so I'm going to work on that now. But that's going to be it, short and sweet. Putting in the carpet, cutting around the whole roll cage thingy magoobers, seat belts. Showed you how to do that thing with the hot drill or hot screwdriver to push through so you don't mess up the carpet. And yeah, that's about it. So also I got to show you the beast over here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's it. So I'll catch you on the next one, and hey, go out and build something cool. We got plenty of stuff we're about to start building pretty cool. See you next time. Bye.